What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Elden Ring walkthrough. So we are here at the Haligtree, which I am, there are words I have for this place. This is a very difficult area. In my opinion, it is the most difficult area in the game. And it's not particularly close. So just for starters, in a previous episode, we already came back here, and there's a stone sword key back here. We already picked it up. So just know that it's right there if you want it. A couple of things I'm going to do to prep here. I'm going to do some gear changing right now. I'm going to throw on the Blasphemous Blade, and I'm going to reset the area because I got these guys shooting stuff at me. So the main thing about this area is, you know, we're on these tree roots that are suspended in midair, and very susceptible to gravity in this area of the game. I've lost... and I'm talking permanently lost. I'm not talking just temporary loss and I went back and got them later. I'm talking I've probably permanently lost a good 1,000,000 runes in this area. So just a heads up, you will be there will be there's just a severe risk to falling to your death in this area, and just know that it's a reality, and just kind of stick with it and know that you'll get to the end. We're going to be picking up a lot of optional loot. So really, if you don't care about the optional loot, it's a pretty straightforward path. But if you do care about the optional loot, then, you know, there's a lot of risk involved. I'll just put it that way. So there's nothing here that's like required for platinum, but I'm gonna try my best to guide y'all to all the goodies. So we're going to start by going this way. And actually, what else I'm going to do, just to assess... I've got the Blasphemous Blade on. I'm actually going to take this Radagon Sword Seal off now because it does lower my defense, and there are a lot of enemies in this area that have very heavy physical attacks. So I'm going to go ahead and put my Dragon Crest Shield Talisman +2 on. So that's actually, instead of my defense being reduced, my defense will be boosted by having this talisman on. And I mean, we're at a high enough level now to where that Radagon Sword Seal isn't super necessary anymore, so I feel good about taking it off. So anyway, these guys killing a couple swipes. The thing that I like about the Blasphemous Blade in this area is it stuns these enemies. The fire, you see how it kind of knocks them back a little bit, and that is extremely helpful. And then of course you have the Taker's Flames, which is a long-ranged attack. That is also extremely useful in this area. So Sacramental Buds. Those can be used to craft the Scarlet Rot Boluses, I believe. All right. So, I mean, some of these guys aren't even going to aggro to you if you pass by them, but I'm just going to take most of them out. You see that we get like over 1,000 runes for killing each of these. So, hence why I've accumulated so many runes in this place, and I've fallen to my death so many times, and that's why I've lost so many runes here. So anyway, what you can do is you can just drop onto this tree branch, sort of stand on that little fungus mushroom right there, and then you can just drop right on down. There's a piece of loot behind this guy. Now, this is a larger version of what we just killed, but you see, again, the fire from the Blasphemous Blade stuns him and actually knocks him back a little bit, so he just fell to his death. So we got a gold rune 10. What we're going to do now is this is the first kind of risky drop. This is a survivable drop if you drop to this side of the branch, but you are going to take damage, and there are enemies down there. So I suggest doing a heavy attack, R2, and then taking this guy out immediately. And then I'm at this point, I'm just going to run away and kind of hide behind here, heal up. There's an item right here, which is why we came down here in the first place. We got the Pate My Beloved, which really does nothing. So again, if you don't care about any of this loot, then really you don't have to risk this stuff. But what this does do is this path takes us to this main, you see this kind of main central branch that the ants are crawling on. That's how you get out of here. That's how you get out of this tree root section of the level. But we're not quite ready to do that yet, just because there's more loot for us to pick up. And we see we got this item right over here. Now, do not go forward. Do not go past this point. You see that giant dude over there? He just spams you with bubbles till Kingdom Come. So I suggest not going down there yet, because you don't want him on you. And there's another. This is, I mean, larger than most of the enemies we're fighting in here. This is the medium-sized guy. So the other ones we've been fighting are smaller. This is the medium-sized. And then the one that I pointed out earlier is the big-sized. So again, that's why I really like Taker's Flames, is because you see the destruction that it just caused. And so this kind of links everything together. I'm taking these guys out just because I don't want them sniping me with their bubbles. You see there's a piece of loot up there. We can't get there yet. I'm just making sure that I'm taking out all the enemies that are above me because I don't want them sniping me. And that takes us back to where we were before. As I'm being sniped by enemies up there. I'm just kind of showing you guys how it all links together. So, go back down here. We're going to fight the ants now. Taker's Flames should take them out in one hit. And these ants are a bit stronger than the other ones we fought. I mean, they've got some pretty nasty attacks themselves, but you see we just took those ants out in one shot, which was quite nice. We can get these ones too. I don't know if I have the range to get both of them in one hit. No, but we'll get this one right here. Oh, nope. There we go. Gold Rune 10. And I think this is a large one right here. And so these ones, my MO is jump attack, jump attack, jump attack, and then dodge. Eventually should get a stun. There we go. Those guys are really hard to kill. I made that look easy, but behind him is the Envoy Crown. So it's like the headgear to look like one of those. That guy is tough. I mean, as I said, I do a lot of jump attacks. You don't get the stun on the really big ones like you do on the medium and smaller sized ones. But with a few jump attacks, it might even be better to equip Bloodhound's Fang on those and do Bloodhound's Finesse. That might work better for those particular ones. Just kind of experiment rather. All right, Dapple Cured Meat. This is a medium. So yeah, the medium ones will stagger when you hit them. Okay. Smithing 8. I perhaps should have reallocated my flasks to give me a couple extra blues. I might do that at the next site of grace. All right, so that's it for this path. And next, I want to go this way. You see there's some more bubblies. You can make that jump. It is risky, but we're going to circle around to there anyways. So you don't have to make that jump to get that item. You see the Miranda Flowers doing his shiny attack on us. See, I'm going to Taker's Flame this guy. And Taker's Flames is good for the Miranda Flowers, as you could probably imagine. The Miranda Flowers, because they're weak against fire, being that they're flowers. All right. So we're going to head up here. See, there's 3 of them all lined up. Those are the ones that were sniping me earlier. And we got Preserving Boluses for Scarlet Rot. And here's that item I said you could jump to that we did not jump to. And that Miranda flower is still trying to get me. So we got a Stone Sword Key. All right. And that Miranda flower that's trying to hit us with that beam attack is over here. And Fire Grease. I don't think there's anything behind there. Be my guest if you want to kill that thing. And that's the bulk of what we want from this spot. So you can drop down here. And there's some butterflies. Then you can jump down over here. Oh! I was afraid I was going to fall down that little gap. So, all right. Now is the time for pain. You're going to run forward. You're going to see items in front of you. Do not grab those items. Turn immediately to your right and drop down right there. This guy's going to start trying to shoot you. So go right here. Drop down on this branch. Stay on the move. He's gonna spam you with bubbles, but stay on the move. You see how much damage those bubbles are doing? Just keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. You're eventually gonna get to a spot where those bubbles can't hit you anymore. And we're in range of another beam attack here from another Miranda flower that's back there, which is fine. There's really nothing behind that one, so I'm not even gonna worry about it. But see, Mr. Bubble Guy, he's still trying to get me with his bubbles, and we're out of range for him. I'm gonna do Bloodhounds on this one, because honestly, I think Bloodhounds is gonna work better. You see that branch is in the way, so I'm gonna heal up completely. Oh boy. And yes, Bloodhound's much better on the very large ones. So he's out of the way. Over here is going to be a Lost Ashes of War. And we're almost at a Site of Grace too, so that's nice. All right. And over here, there's going to be a small, a medium, and a large, guarding a Spirit Ashes. Now, what you could do, I'm just gonna grab it and run. I don't want to fight all three of these, or all four of them actually. I'm just gonna grab this thing and bail. So I got the Oracle Envoy, Ashes. You decide if that's worth doing this or not. Top up my health here. Now we're going to drop down and get those items that we skipped before because of the big bubble guy that would have been sniping us. There's going to be a bunch of these little flowers here. They're going to try to Scarlet Rot you. They probably will, but it's fine because we're about to get to a Site of Grace. So we got a Newman's Rune, and a flaming bolt. So we did get rotted. It's fine. We're about to hit a Site of Grace, so that will clear it up. So what we want to do now is there's this big old ladder here. We're going to drop down. And this is going to be an elevator shortcut for later that connects us basically to the end of this place, where the boss is. All right, rest on up here. And I'm going to put, I'm going to reallocate my flasks here. And I need to reallocate my physic as well. So I'm gonna take this Purifying Crystal Tealer off. The only use that this has, that I know of at least, is against Mog, which we already killed him in the previous episode. So I'm gonna put my Stone Barb back on. And as for flasks, I'm gonna allocate. I'm gonna give myself 3 blues. And then I'm gonna put Blasphemous Blade back on. Here we go. Two-hand it. And there's a lot of enemies in this place. There's a lot of Misbegotten warriors. There's our first one. But again, the stagger, the kind of knockback potential that this weapon has, goes for the Misbegottens as well. All right, got a golden 10. And here's the larger one. Taker's Flames him, knock him back, and then jump attack. Actually, it might be better to have... I'd probably rather have Bloodhounds equipped on for this guy. I'm going to run back and heal up. And he's fast. Oh, man, I'm trying to do Taker's Flames on him. Yeah, Bloodhounds would definitely be better than against this guy. And I'm dead. But I'm right by the Site of Grace. So this will be an easy rune pickup. Yeah, I thought I'd be able to get him with Blasphemous Blade, but I was trying to back away to do Taker's Flames, and he's way too aggressive for that. So I'm going to throw on Bloodhounds for this part. And pop a rune arc here. Oh, my runes aren't right here. I wonder where they are at. Oh, they're just slightly in front of me, which is fine. Still easy to get him back. All right, I'm going to do Bloodhounds. I knocked him over the edge. All right, where's the big boy? There he is. He drops down. Oh, I got a 2-hand. There we go. Oh, Dadgum, he just knocked me over. Good grief. And then he fell down. Because he's actually dropping down from higher up. And I'm actually going to try something else this time. I think if you just go on up the ladder, I think he gets confused and he might even just fall to his death because I'm tired of fighting this guy. Kill these two just normally. And I'm going to climb up the ladder. Yeah, he just came down. If I can get to the ladder before he gets to me. There we go. He did get to me, but... Ah, these mushroom guys. There we go. Taker's Flames works really well on the mushroom guys. So save for this giant misbegotten. I'm going to put my... Blasphemous Blade back on. Okay. Rot Grease. And I think the big misbegotten just fell down, I think. So yeah, that's what I would recommend doing. Is just hurry up and get up here. Let him drop down and then climb up, and he should fall to his death. All right, Pearl Drake Talisman +2. I'm going to put Blasphemous Blade back on. I'm going to two-hand it. There we go. And this area, as you can tell, is also very vertical. So very easy to fall to your death. These guys, I'm just going to do this. Look at that. Ooh, so good. All right, a couple ambushes in here. There's that one, then there's another one right over here. And these ones I just jump attack. There we go. This is another jump attack one that I do. All right. Hefty Beast Bones, and then watch out for that one that comes out after you. I think he's stationed out here, and then he comes inside once he hears the commotion. All right, Golden Rune 13. Now this part, down there are giant Miranda flowers, and they're going to try to do like their beam attack on you. Just sprint, jump over here. Pick up this item right here, and then go straight in here. And there's another... Let's see where he's doing his attack. Yes, it's going to happen right in here. So just hide in this corner, and you might get hit, but that's fine. And here we go. It's another giant misbegotten. So I'm going to hit him with a couple arrows. Get his attention. Now, I should be using bloodhounds, but... Oh, jeez. Nice. He does not have the knockback that the other ones have. Oh, man. This could be bad. I'm stuck. I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh, I survived that. I don't know how. But I might be dead anyways. Ugh. The panic is real, guys. God, that was bound to happen. Oh, man. So you see, as I was saying at the beginning, this is a very, very challenging area. So I'm just going to run back. There's really no need to fight everything over again. I'm just going to run past literally everything on my way back there. because once you get down here, since you have to make this jump across, nothing can follow you, so. Just going to top off health here. I'm going to switch to Bloodhounds. And I think I'll have a better job, do a better job fighting this guy with Bloodhounds. As long as I don't fall off the edge again, like I did the first one when I tried to fight him with Bloodhounds. All right, come over here. Yeah, much easier with Bloodhounds. These other ones are smaller, so I'll put Blasphemous back on. Because these smaller ones I can knock back with Blasphemous Blade, so. Here we go. All that, we get an Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone, and make sure I get my runes back. Oh, I just got grabbed. Okay, pick up the Somber 8. This part with the ants can be a little bit tricky. The loot, in my opinion, not worth it at all. But we're right here next to another Site of Grace. So you can rest if you want to. We're not going back there, so even though those enemies are going to respawn, not a big deal. So these ants, you kind of want to wait for them to turn around, and you can jump over the railing and just use Taker's Flames on them. Wait for them to turn around, because you don't want them to snipe you with their, like, acid attack. Got all three of them, one hit. All that for some Aeonian butterflies. So, again, decide for yourself if it's worth it or not. I'm gonna pop in here real quick and pick this up. Somber 9, which we can buy all of these at the merchant and round table hold. So, you know, like Somber 9 normally would be good, but since we already have the ability to purchase those, I mean, getting the loot, so to speak, isn't as important as it would be otherwise. So that route just takes us back up to the top. So now we can jump on the roof of where we were just in to get that Somber 9. And there's a bunch of stuff up here. Now, there are snails that summon. So make sure you take this snail out. There's actually 3 of them, but make sure you take this one out before you drop down because they summon those crystalline enemies that are really tough. The second one is back behind here. So make sure you take these out priority 1 because you do not want to be dealing with these crystalline summons. So you see when you kill the snail, it gets rid of the summon. So we've got a gold rune 10. The third one is back behind here. And these things are a pain. So you see the summons disappear right when you kill the snail who summoned it. And that's where we got the Somber 9 back in there. So the next thing we want to do is make a sprint, do a sprinting jump off this roof and get to this roof. And then you can turn behind and do another sprinting jump to get into this spot, which is a very difficult jump to make. You see I barely just made that one. And if you don't make it, I believe it's a fall to your death, so. All right, gold rune 12. Make sure I don't get grabbed by these things and get Scarlet Rot on me. All right, a Viridian Amber Medallion +2, so that's like the max tier stamina boost medallion. So now what we do is we want to jump down to this spot down here. And then we just want to climb up the ladder, I believe. I don't think there's an item down here. Nope, no item. There's going to be a bunch of the mushroom guys up here. Because we're going back to the rooftop. There's a bunch of the mushroom people up here. That one wanted to give me a hug. All right, got the smithing 6. Again, we can buy smithing 6s from the merchant, so. And my Wi-Fi connection was lost. That's fun. Let's see. So now we're going to climb up this ladder. And this basically just takes us back to the top of the roofs in case if you wanted to attempt that jump again or whatever. But where we're going to go next is down here. So face behind you first. There's going to be some misbegottens in here. And then also in here, Sacramental Buds, and then next door, we got a Crimson Scarab in case you need to replace your replenish your flasks. Okay. Now, this is kind of an ambush. You can lure this guy with an arrow. If you go and fight him directly, there's another one that's going to pop out right over there. So I suggest fighting these 1v1. So this other one, if you went out and charged onto that first one, then this one would be fighting you at the same time. So I suggest splitting them up if you can. All right, now this part is tricky. There's a couple battle mages over here. I'm going to go ahead and top off my FP. So there's 2 of them, and they're going to be sniping you as soon as you're running down here. So just run, stay on the move. We're going to fight the first one in here. And yeah, just stay inside this enclosed area. If you go that way, this takes you to the elevator to get back to your site of grace. So if you're worried about progress and you want to kind of keep the progress you have now, go ahead and go through that bridge to the it's the way we're facing now. It's the bridge on the right. Trying to knock him over. There we go. He fell down. Fell down to his death. So do not. I do not want to fight this guy on the bridge because I could very easily fall to my death. I'm trying to lure him in here, but he fell down too. So there we go. Up close and personal, those guys are very tough. Because they'll hit you with the carrion giant hammer attack. All right, got a hero's rune 4. But normally I do fight them up close, but it just so happens that first... I normally fight the first one up close, but he backed away and ended up falling off. So down there is the boss, and that is a boss for a trophy. But up here is our shortcut back to our original site of grace. So I'm going to throw on Bloodhounds because I am going to be summoning Mimic for this fight. And Mimic does not... Since I'm using a... since I'm using a Rune Arc to get the stats to use Blasphemous Blade, Mimic does not have the Rune Arc, so he does not have the stats to use Blasphemous Blade. So I'll level up. I'll take my strength up. I'm trying to get my strength to 45, and I'll take my dex up to 45 next. If I can level up highly enough before beating the game. So go back down. Those battle mages will have respawned, but you can just run right past them. Just kind of take the outside path here. Go down this bridge. And once you get in here, that's going to be the boss. So there she is. Loretta, Knight of the Haligtree. Wait for Mimic to come in. And very similar to the first Loretta fight where we fought at the Carrion Manor, which we fought like an apparition of Loretta. But this is the real deal. And of course, as with the other one, lots of magic.
All right, and that is Loretta, Knight of the Haligtree. I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi right now, but anyway, we got the trophy and the Loretta's Mastery, which is a spell you can fire magic arrows with, and we got Loretta's War Sickle. And we use the Site of Grace to level up. It gives me the prompt. There we go. Sometimes you got to circle around it and like find the spot that it actually allows you to trigger it, even though in this case it's like slightly far away from the thing, but whatever. All right, so level up, take my strength to 44. And we're going to visit the next area of the Haligtree. We're not going to go too deep into it, but we're going to do enough to allow us to close out the Dung Eater's side quest. So after we close out Dung Eater, I believe the only side quest we have left is Millicent, and we close her out in this area as well. So there's the elevator that's going to take us down to the next spot, but first we can go up here. There's going to be some loot for us. Got some Aeonian butterflies. And another ancient dragon smithing stone. So now we're going to ride this elevator down. And we have arrived at Elphael, Brace of the Haligtree. So this area, you're not as much at risk of gravity, but the enemies here are really tough. Very strong enemies in this area of the game. Probably the strongest enemies in the whole game. So pick up the Holy Grease. We got a Clean Rot Knight. And I'm probably going to prefer to use Bloodhounds in this area primarily. You see, those Clean Rot Knights, as tough as they are, they're relatively easy to combo with Bloodhound's Fang. There's Millicent. I'm going to unlock this Site of Grace here. So we got to talk to her here and exhaust her dialogue to advance her quest line.
Again we meet. I can only surmise our purposes are aligned. In which case, allow me to explain myself. I am of Melania's blood, but in what capacity I know not. I could be sister, daughter, or an offshoot. Whatever the case, though, I am certain of a kinship between us. There is something I must return to Melania. The will that was once her own. The dignity. The sense of self. That allowed her to resist the call of the Scarlet Rot. The pride she abandoned. To meet Radahn's measure. There is something...
Okay, that's all for her. For now. Okay, so what we're going to do now... couple things. We're actually gonna get the last legendary spirit summon. First, we're gonna drop down here, and we're gonna get the last spirit summon, legendary spirit summon, I should say. So our trophy, we should get our trophy in just a minute here. We're also gonna get the final 2 seedbed curses required for the Dung Eater side quest. So here we're gonna use a Stone Sword key. This is for a talisman, I believe. And we're going to get, not in this episode, but probably in the next episode. Maybe in this episode. I don't know. We might get another legendary talisman. And then after that, there will only be one more legendary talisman left. Okay. Well, while we're in this spot, I'm just going to go ahead and get the stuff in this vicinity.
There's another guy chilling over here. What else is over here? Okay. So what we're going to do now, for those of you kind of tracking, we dropped down that ledge kind of right at the very start. Just head straight ahead. There's going to be a couple more enemies right here. You can take them out or not. It really doesn't matter. Pick up this item. Do not go in this room. There are 2 clean rot knights in here. What we're going to do now is we're going to drop off on this buttress, immediately turn around, drop off right here, and then go in here. And we're going to get our 5th seedbed curse. Okay. And now, so 5 is all you need to complete the Dung Eater's quest. We're going to get a 6th one in just a minute, but I don't want to do that just yet. What we're going to do now is we are going to get that legendary talisman. It's not our last and final legendary talisman, but after this one, we're going to have 1 left. So what we're going to do now is we're going to equip our hammer, and then we're going to drop down. And there's going to be 3 crystalline enemies down here that can do Scarlet Rot. You should be able to get these one at a time. They shouldn't gang up on you. So there's 1 more over there, and there's 1 kind of behind. So I'm going to drop down on this first one. Jump attack. It's going to be the name of the game in here. Take the critical. There we go. You got the second one over here. This one has a spear. I'm actually going to buff up my weapon. And these spear ones are a bit more dangerous. Oh, I missed. You see I'm getting that Scarlet Rot build up. I'm going to heal up right here. There we go. There's number 2. Pick up a Somber 9. So there's a 3rd one. I'll let you determine if it's worth the risk or not. That item is a pickled turtleneck. So up to you if you want to go for it or not. There we go. So I'm going to equip my Bloodhounds again, and we are going to summon Mimic when we get out of here because there are a bunch of the Royal Revenant enemies, which those of you who've been following this playthrough know that these things... Oh boy. All right, he's going that way, so let's go this way because this is where the legendary talisman is, this direction. Make sure he's following me. And there's going to be a bunch of them that spawn on this path. Alternatively, you could just run for your life and get to it as well. If you go in here, this is Beast Blood, which I'm going to show you, but you pick up the Beast Blood, it's going to spawn one. You don't pick up the Beast Blood, this one doesn't spawn. So I'm going to let him aggro onto Mimic. Let Mimic take the brunt of his nonsense. And then get shots when I can. These things drop Ghost 9s. So you don't have to fight these. You can run for your life and just go straight for the talisman, which again is this direction. I'm going to let Mimic kind of charge in on him. Well, Mimic's not going to. Now he will. There we go. Much easier to do this with the summon. And I'm very glad that they do let you summon down here. All right, there's another one that spawns. Gonna let Mimic charge in. Pick up the Aeonium butterflies. Up, poison time. Go. Yeah, I'd be dead by now if I were trying to do this without a summon. Gold Rune 12. And Imp... Stone Sword Key rather required for this. And this is a legendary talisman, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you pick this up if you want the trophy. Got Marika's Source Seal. So now we're going to go all the way back to where we were. And there's some other stuff kind of down here as well that we're going to pick up while we're down here. And this should be another Ghost 9. So in here is where we fought the crystalline enemies. If you go in there, your Mimic's going to leave you because for whatever reason, the summon is not allowed in that room. So there's our next Revenant. I'm going to let Mimic kind of take its aggro. Oh, or not. There we go. And we're not going to take that ladder up because that takes us to somewhere that I don't want to be. I mean, if you just want to get through this place, by all means, take that ladder. Oh, that Clean Rot Knight's coming down. Normally that does not happen. Wow. I'm shocked that Clean Rot Knight came down. The other one came down too. Holy crap. But if you go up there, this will take you to the end of this section much quicker, but then again, you're going to miss out on all the loot. So, last Revenant here. And we are effectively done down here. So again, we're going to go back to the beginning because I don't want to skip this whole level, including there is one more Seedbed Curse we have to pick up in addition to our last legendary Spirit Ash that we need for the trophy. So we're back to the prayer room. And then what we're going to do now is we're just going to run past... Well, actually, I'm going to level up first. And then we're going to run past literally everything. And eventually there's going to be a buttress that we're going to jump over the railing for on our right. Go down right here. I'm going to pick up this item. You can take out the soldier if you want. Or you're going to jump over here and then jump to your left. And there's going to be a beetle right here you can kill. So in there is a Clean Rot Knight. We're going to have to take him out because he's guarding the chest that has the spirit summon that we want. And this should get our trophy right here. All right. Clean Rot Knight Finlay. So we got the legendary Ashen Remains trophy. Just to recap, like I did for the spells and for the weapons, all of the legendary ashes. We got Lutel the Headless at the Tombsword Catacombs and Weeping Peninsula. We got Ancient Dragon Knight Kristoff and Sainted Hero's Grave on Altus Plateau. We got Redmane Knight Oga and the War Dead Catacombs and Kaled after the Radon fight, kind of in that big desert area where you fight Radon. We got the Mimic Tier and the Nokron Eternal City behind a Stone Sword Key Gate. We got Black Knife Tish in the Everjail. On the plateau, this plateau after you fought, after you got through Ronnie's side quest and this Everjail right here. And then lastly, we got Clean Rot Knight Finlay right here. So those are the spirit ashes you need for the trophy. So next what we're going to do is we're going to jump over to this buttress. Take it up. And in here, we've got a somber ancient dragon smithing stone. And then all the way over here is our 6th and final Seedbed Curse of the game. So one of these seedbed curses, one of the 6 came from doing a side quest. The boiler, the dude that sells the prawns, I forget what his name is. So his side quest got us one of the seedbed curses, which you can possibly mess that side quest up, which will lock you out of one of the potential ones. But all of the other 5 are found in the environment. So that's the 6th one. And of course, that one can be found in the environment. So we're good. We've got all 6. And even if you mess up that guy's side quest, you should still have at least 5, which is what you need. So we're going to go back and pay the Dung Eater a visit. If you remember him, he's all the way down here in the subterranean shining grounds. Let's go to the underground roadside. And we're going to talk to him, give him his seedbud curses, and that will end his side quest. And I'm going to run past everybody. This way, I believe it is. If my memory serves, I think it's this way. Yeah. Here we go. So drop down this hole. For those of you who forgot how to get back to him. Run past all the rats. Run past these flowers. Climb the ladder. And this has always missed me when I'm climbing the ladder. I've never been hit by that while I'm climbing the ladder. All right, go in here. Watch out for the hands. There's one on the floor that wants to reach up and grab you. Or no, I guess that one doesn't respawn. All right, so here's the Dung Eater.
A curse upon them all. They'll be born cursed, all of them, along with their children. And their children's children. For all time to come. Unleash it upon them! A curse blessings to war!
All right, so now you have the Mending Rune of the Fell Curse. So what this does is this unlocks one of the optional endings. So we have the Mending Rune of the Perfect Order, Mending Rune of the Death Prince, and Mending Rune of the Fell Curse. So these 3 endings are optional, not at all related to a trophy. But this gives us access to the 6th and final ending. So these are 3 of the endings. There's also the default ending, which does not require any of these runes. There's the Ronnie ending that we're going to be able to access because we did her side quest. So that's number 5. So these 3, the default, which is 4, Ronnie's, which is 5, and then the Frenzy Flame ending, which is going to be number 6. So we all now have access to all 6 endings of the game. Actually, if you quit and reload, he drops his armor. So we're going to pick that up as well. And then, let's see. Yeah, so we get the Omen Helm, all of his armor. I'm actually going to go back to Round Table Hold real quick and go to like his room where his Phantom was, just to make sure there's nothing in there as well. I believe he's past the Twin Maidens. And I don't think there's anything in here, because this is where he first talked to the Dung Eater when he was in Phantom form. So yeah, there's nothing else in here. I do believe we have a bell bearing we can give back to the maidens. I'm gonna do that. Nope, no bell bearing. So from here, we're gonna warp back to the Haligtree prayer room. And this is where we're going to call this episode, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you found this episode helpful to your playthrough and your journey through Elden Ring. Really appreciate all of y'all. And take care, and I will see you guys next time.